Thank you so much for that brilliant answer. That leads me to another question. Should lone parents restrain themselves when it comes to money matters?
With regards to lone parents, it is difficult being a lone parent. And if you're a lone parent out there, my heart goes out to you because for most people, that's not their story. But also for some people, due to one reason or the other, you find yourself being a lone parent. The challenges of being a lone parent is that you now have one source of income. Can you imagine in this, especially in the UK, where money comes in and flies out, like they say, like the wind. And then, so if you have two streams of income, even if you are a low income earner, two is always better than one, as the saying goes. But then the thing is, when you then become a single income, it can be very, very challenging. But as a lone parent, you don't have to give, or you don't have to throw your hands in the air because of that. And I also know, to my earlier point, people will stay in circumstances because of the fact that they don't have money. But here is what you can do if you are a lone parent and then finally, or you were married and finally find yourself a single parent, or even if you have never married. The other issue, I mean, I'll come to the solution in a bit, but the other issue is that if you are a lone parent, you are not able to actually kind of generate income. So, for example, I was reading a statistic that says when you have children, by the time the child gets to 18, it would have cost you $250,000 to look after the child. So
Wow.
imagine, yeah, and they are not saying you're spending that on the child, but we know that feeding a child is not easy, clothing the child is not easy. You have to have a suitable accommodation for the child as well. It's not easy. And when they go to school in the UK, thankfully, it's free education until they're 18 or so. But the other thing is that when they are going to school, they still have to eat lunch, and you have to, because they are not at home, the food is not coming from the pot that you are cooking. So it's all expenses, plus their uniforms, everything. You, the lone parent, would have to bear all those things. Not only are you not making enough money, and about the fact that it's a single income, but also the expenses now is more or less double for you. And the third thing is also that you are not able to go out there and work because you then have to look after these children, because what would you do? You can't leave them. You don't have anyone else to look after them. If it's in Africa, yes, we have extended, but I understand that's also becoming a thing of the past. So those are the challenges. But the solution is that you have to then utilize the help that's out there. I think the main thing that most of us have, or the challenge, is that especially for somebody who has suddenly become divorced, perhaps you don't even want people to know, and then you feel ashamed, and you can blame yourself for what could I have done, and was it my fault, and all sort of things. I mean, regardless of whether it was your fault or it was your spouse's fault, this is it for you. This is a life that you have to live. Go out there and
That's their reality.
exactly. So you need to go out there and then find the help. We have, for example, I saw in the library that they've actually written it on a big board like that. Millions of pounds go in the UK unclaimed. So like many funds that can support people kind of go away, or go unclaimed. And if it's not claimed, guess what? The government is going to misuse it anyway. So why don't you find out what your due is and then go out there and claim it? So claim the benefit, claim the whatever it is. Go and find help from the non-governmental organizations. They are also some of them are very helpful in terms of supporting you as a single parent. And I would say that involve your children as well in terms of managing your money, because when you do that, the children understand you. Like, there's transparency. And who knows, sometimes divorce can even be a good thing for mother and children to actually bond better than if you have an abusive partner who wouldn't let you be. So that would be my answer to, for lone parents to be really, really become savvy regarding money management.